And welcome back to Sports Check. On this Monday morning, it is the 5th day of January. The year is 2026. Our sign language interpreter this hour is going to be Susan Thiku. Well, just before we get into our second conversation, just a general look at what's happening in the news. We know it's a day of getting back to school. That's number one. So a lot that we shall be talking about. And keeping up with as that happens. Placement for the senior secondary school, second phase of reviews coming up, especially for the pathways and schools where the students expect to be admitted. That's another one that we'll be taking a look at. And also, there is the building that collapsed in South Sea, where Lands Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome is expected to visit the site of the collapsed building, and we shall be getting a briefing on that. So that's part of our news cycle. So let's get into our next conversation. And when we talk about one sport where Kenya has been a world champion, and this is not an individual sport, it is in a team sport, we've got to talk about rollerball. The Kenyan women making history a decade ago, gone on to win that trophy again. Well, they went into Dubai in December, and this was as defending champions. The men's and women's all champions in the 7th edition of the Rollerball World Cup. Rollerball, think of a combination of handball, basketball on roller skates. That's all. That's what we would, that is how I would simply summarize that game. And Kenya, they won 2 silver medals, and there are 4 medals right here on this table with me. And who are some of those representing the teams that won the silver medals? And on my extreme right, we've got the captain of the women's team. They lost by 3-2 to India in the final, and LYDIA WANGUI. Congratulations. Happy New Year and welcome.
Happy New Year.
And on my immediate right, I have got Victor MUTUA. He's a member of the men's team. They lost 11-10 to India in the final. Congratulations on the silver medal.
Thank you.
Yes, and a happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year too.
Yes. Keith. No, this is Keith. Yeah. Hey, away. Hey, away. You just swapped seats and you thought I wouldn't notice. You're not even twins. I'm with. This is Keith KIVUVA. Now, Victor. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year too.
Well, use the mic just close so that at least it can be very audible. He was in the men's team. He was playing at the World Cup, and also we have got BRENDA, OBOTE. And across the studio, we have got Joseph ALUKHALA. Very good morning to you, Joseph.
Good morning.
Yes, and he is a person who knows rollerball for, and its growth over the last 13 years in this country. Joseph ALUKHALA still operates as a technical bench person, but still sees playing the game as a big thing. And Joseph, let me just start with you, and you could tell us, what you have seen in the last 13 years of rollerball being in Kenya, and Kenya eventually being crowned world champions.
Yeah. So I'm Joseph ALUKHALA, and I would say it's been an interesting journey. First of all, I thank God that I've been privileged to be part of this rollerball since it began in Kenya in 2010 December. And I've been privileged also to play the 7 rollerball World Cups that have been played. So rollerball is played every 2 years. The World Cup is played every 2 years. And I think for me, I would say as the longest playing player that it's been a journey. I've seen growth, like for the men, the way you call us world champions. I think it's been many years of growth. Rollerball is very competitive because there are many nations with greater infrastructure than what we have. They have very good fields. They are very good on skates. You will find that people do skating from when they are very young. So just seeing Kenya on the map in this sport, I think it's not something to take easy. I would say that there's a lot of work being done in the background. There's a lot of passion among the youth, among the young people for skating, for this sport. It's a combination of handball, basketball, and roller skating. So you can imagine how to be able to handle all those three aspects. And I think I would say I've seen great growth every year when we go for the World Cup. I've seen greater players, upcoming players, very good on skates, very good on balance. Rollball is about 4 things. So there is balance, there is accuracy, there is teamwork, and there is speed. So you have to work on those aspects, and I think I'm happy with where we are. And I'm happy that even the game is growing among the young generation. Now it is in schools, we can see it being played. So I could say the future is bright for us in the rollball fraternity, and we are happy with the progress.
Well, actually, let me just stick with you for a moment, because Kenya has hosted a rollball World Cup.
Yes.
That was, I think, must have been about 11, 12 years ago.
In 2013.
2013, yes.
Yes.
What was that experience of you, playing at that high level for the first time? And then 2 years later, we're seeing the women's team win the World Cup. I think that I still remember that trophy. It was well put in a glass case, because at least I know where it was for about a month. So I was seeing it every day, literally every day. But what was that moment?
I think participating in the second Rollball World Cup in 2013 was really, it's something we'll never forget, because it was hosted at Kasarani here in Kenya. And that time I would say the sport was very new. It was a second World Cup. The teams, I think we didn't even have 16 teams. It was actually about 16 teams that time. So for me, it was just a very, very new experience. Most of the skaters that participated in that World Cup were just speed skaters, people who would skate at Aga Khan Walk here at the skate park. And for us, it was exciting just to try out something new, to try out something very exciting, playing the ball on skates and shooting it in a goalpost. I think it was amazing, and I really thank the government that they accepted to host it at that time. And also, for us, I think that propelled Kenya to really work hard to grow it here locally. So whatever you see now is just from that experience of us allowing the game to come to us that early. So we've grown with the game. That's something that we really appreciate. And that time, I remember the ladies, it was their first time participating in the World Cup. So for them, they have participated in 6 World Cups, Rollball World Cups, not 7 like the men. Men, we participated in the first one in 2011 in India, but ladies started their first one in 2013 here in Kenya. So that time we had very many ladies who had not much of an idea of the game, but right now you could say the stakes are high. Getting into the Kenyan team, I think, is something you really have to work hard, because there are many teams, there are many players across the country. So just getting to be able to be selected among the 12 who make it to represent the country is something that you really have to work hard for. And that is good progress for us. That is growth. That is what we want to see more and more.
Well, you've heard from Joseph ALUKHALA. He has been the longest serving rollball player, and making sure that the game also does get downstream, such that there is a future, so that nostalgia should not be the story of what we will be talking about. But let me now go to 2 of the women's team members. Let me just take you through the full Team Kenya membership. Those who represented the country: Sharon Emali, Brenda Obote is here, and Brenda, you'll be sharing a mic with Victor, so look out for that. We've got Lucy Achieng, Angela Kithenji, Judith Rop, the vice captain, Veronica Satya, we've got Jacinta Mwangi, Mariam Bewa, Chumbana Kiza, Shamim Omar. Actually, I think Shamim was here before you left, right? Before you left for Dubai with Bernard Okumu. So, and also we've got your goalkeeper, yeah, right? Yeah. And the captain, LYDIA Ongui, is here, and Cynthia. LYDIA, you go into Dubai with one variant of making history. Kenya has previously won 3 World Cups. At that point, they were the most successful team in the world. What was that pressure that you carried? 3 global trophies. I mean, 3 World Cups won.
Yeah.
India at that point had 2.
Yes. The pressure was very high, the pressure to perform, the pressure to bring back the cup, because it is usually easier to win a cup than to defend it. So the pressure on the players and the coaches and the officials ilikuwa juu sana to perform. Yeah.
And one of the other things that I would like you to put out is the difference in our playing surfaces. When I look at what roll ball does, you're playing either on concrete, on tarmac.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you'll be playing on wood, but you go out there and the Global Federation says, this is the kind of surface we want. What's the adaptations that you have to make at that level?
First of all, roll ball is an indoor sport. So you play indoor on wood. And here in Kenya, we play on rough tarmac, not just tarmac, but very rough tarmac. And I remember like this team that was preparing for the 7th Roll Ball World Cup, we didn't have time. We were not given an opportunity to train indoor whatsoever. Even for that, you are saying occasionally didn't happen. So, and to play indoor and outdoor, it requires different type of tires, different adaptability. So for this team, we trained at Gate 4 parking lot where it's very rough. So we had outdoor tires, outdoor skating style, outdoor playing. But now here we are in Dubai. We have landed. We have a field, very smooth, extremely smooth surface. And wooden surface that is very smooth. Only we just thank God that we got there just a day. We had training time to train before we were allowed to train before we played our first game. And if there are records of us that during that training, you would really pity us because we kept on falling. Every minute, every second, it was a fall. Every minute was a fall. And even the other teams that were surrounding us, those that were done with training or were waiting for their training time, they were really wondering how we will play. Because they were actually at some point laughing at us like, hey, you guys, what are you doing?
Okay, so what was this thing about falling all the time?
We are not used to smooth surface.
Okay, so your wheels, imewekwa grip pale Kasarani Gate 4.
Yeah, imeraruka proper. Outdoor, iko na friction iko, but not something very smooth, unaenda ukiendanga.
So you had not picked the right wheels for that?
It's not even about the right wheels. It's not being used to the surface. You need to train indoor to play indoor, but as we are training outdoor. So for example, kama mimi, if they brought this World Cup outdoor, we would show them dust. Sisi tunajua breaks za outdoor.
Si mnachezanga kwa dust, hebu angalia.
Si ndio hiyo, unaona? Hatuanguki, unaona? Sisi tuko sawa. Sasa wameweka goalkeeper indoor. Amezoea ki-stretch once inasimama, sasa inaenda ikiendanga. Sasa atafanya nini to stop?
Shamimu, I hope you are okay. But Brenda, just take us through, you can hand the mic over to her. Brenda, take us through the group phase of the competition.
On the group phase of the competition, our first game we played against Argentina. Yeah, it was not a very tough match, as we can see from the goals. How many goals did we score on that match? I think around 19 goals. Yeah, it was not a tough match. So
Na bado mlikuwa mna slide?
Bado tulikuwa tuna slide. Hatujazoea hii kitu. Yeah, we are not used to the smooth surface. Now it is our first game. Yeah, many people are not used to the wheels. We kept on falling, but again, we have the game. Yeah, we are champions. Now we have to play like champions. Yeah, we went hard. We gave it our all. We got a 19-0 win against Argentina. Yeah, and then our second match, I think we played against... No, our second match, we played against Egypt. Yeah, Egypt. Yeah. Well-known Egypt are good players, and they train really hard. And now that they are trained for Kenya, because we are champions,
And
every
they
other
have
team.
wooden surfaces.
Yeah, they have wooden surfaces. They have an indoor arena. Yeah, so it was a tough match. First, in the first half, there were 2 goals ahead of us. We were 0, and then kidogo kidogo we adapted, tukafunga, and then the game ended at 4-2. Yeah, giving us a qualification to the semis. Yeah.
I mean, the semis, and you can, Lydia and Brenda, you could just give us the outlook for that competition. The captain can go. No, let her go first, and then you as the captain, utafunga.
Sawa.
Okay. For the semis, we played semis against Sri Lanka ladies. Yeah, Sri Lanka ladies are good. Because for a team to make it to the semis, you have to be good. Yeah, because the competition was very tough. So for the semis, I think our game is good because in a semis match, we expect a very tough competition, but we managed to get around 12 goals against Sri Lanka. Yeah. 2-1, 12-1 against Sri Lanka. It was a good match. Many of us got scores, and we were happy. We qualified to the finals. Our coaches were very happy, everyone. Kenya had a good celebration. Yeah, that is what qualified us to the finals.
I mean, I'm looking at the results from the semifinals and also from the group phase play against Egypt, and the differences in the pools that were in that tournament. Because if you're going to pick Sri Lanka in the semi after a 4-2 against Egypt and then pick 12-1, how would you classify that competition overall?
The competition was good, and we expected more challenge. We got the challenges because when we were playing Argentina, when we started the game, we didn't know what to expect with them, and it just turned out that the Kenyan ladies were better than them. And as Obote is saying, the scorers kept scoring, they kept scoring, and so it worked out for us, and we thank God for us. So when we got to we qualified for the quarters where we had to play Egypt. Egypt last World Cup, 6th World Cup, were they were the first runners up, they were position 2. So we knew that was a tough game, and we knew they had prepared for us. So them first scoring us fast, ilitushock kwanza. First of all, it was a shocker for us.
Lakini simulikuwa mna slide.
Yeah, tutaslide lakini hata ukislide you expect kufungwa bado. So I just thank the ladies, even after the score, because first half ilisha 2-0, but immediately tulirudi second half. The ladies walikuwa charged. Tukarudisha tukakuwa 2-2, alafu tukaendelea mbele tukakuwa 4-2. I think kwa matches zote hata finals hiyo ya Egypt, it was a tough match. So we qualified, we played now semis Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, they are a team that hawananga haraka. You know, Kenyans, we are fast, unaona speed, nini, but the Sri Lanka ladies, they are not in a hurry. They will take their time and then they will score you. That is how they qualified for the semis. So they will take their time and then they score you again and again. So tulikuwa tu na zile, we knew we got it, but then when you don't know your opponent very well, so it was a challenge, and walipata hiyo yetu moja, so there was a tie. It was haikuwa mbaya, but it was a challenge also. Then we qualified for the finals where we were to face where we faced India.
Okay.
Our arch enemy. Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about your arch enemies, India, and the final, and what you have seen, and the growth that India has done. And Joseph, you can also, include that. Let me come to you, Keith, and getting selected to the team, the full men's team, by the way. Charles Wanjohi, Victor Mutua, Zia Griffins, Elegwa, Joseph ALUKHALA, he's right across, Gideon Mutemi, Joshua Nyango, Keith KIVUVA, he is here, Moses Atenya, Hamilton Gishero, Chacha Watiko, Regan Odhiambo, and Crispin Magete. So we've got 3 of those here. Keith, basically, getting selected into these 12 eventually and having to represent the country and getting ready for this and having to play, the group phase of this competition.
So for the selection, I'd say the selection was good. And fun fact, I got selected as the youngest player of this World Cup. And that ensures motivation to the upcoming generation. Playing at the group stage matches, for the men's team, we had a motion in mind. We told ourselves to treat each and every game as the finals so that it will be easier for us. And from the results, you can see we treated each game as the finals. At the group stage matches, we managed not to score less than 15 goals each game, which was awesome for us, and we enjoyed.
And let me come to you, Victor. And, looking at, what Lydia has said, adapting to that wooden surface, how was it for you? Because rough tarmac, occasional concrete, but here it is smooth, polished wood.
Okay, me as a goalkeeper it was challenging first. So when we got selected, according to the form of training, we opted that we shall be given time to train indoor so that we may get adapted to that indoor. But to our shock, we didn't have it. But the competition is a competition, so we had to adapt. So when we get there, it was hard, but good players, as Kenyans we are, so we had to adapt fast. It was challenging, but finally we managed. The sliding, but the best part was that we had experienced players. Some of us had those indoor wheels that helped us to manage.
Yeah, just talk about, she mentioned about the wheels that you use outdoor and, the kind of damage that they go through. Indoor wheels, how different are they from outdoor wheels on skates?
Okay.
Are they thinner? Are they wide? Or how do you get, those little things?
According to the quality is what matters a lot. So they have that rubber quality that enables for braking. So that's the difference. The outdoor, they are hard. That because we train on hard tarmac. Yeah.
Okay. So Joseph, let me come to you and just take us through how you, as a skater, you adapt to these surfaces. There's a whole range of indoor sports meant to be played on wood.
Yeah.
Basketball,
Yep.
volleyball, handball. I can go through a big list, but now we also have got roll ball.
Yes.
How well would you have somebody adapt and also make the right choices, especially when it comes to the wheels on skates?
Okay. So for rollball, I think the most important thing, the fact that is there in Kenya is that we don't have many indoor surfaces. Actually, what we depend on as rollballers is the Kasarani Indoor Arena. And I think even before we went for this World Cup, we had a challenge because the arena was fully booked at that point. So we were told we couldn't access it. And even if we were to access it, you remember we hosted the first Junior Rollball World Cup last year here in Kenya at Kasarani. So we were told that when we hosted that World Cup, there's a way those skates were messing up the flow. Because you see now you can't control the types of skates that we use. And I think just to answer you, the types of skates... So
actually, the reason they were saying that was
Yes.
the surface had been put up for basketball, for
yes,
the BAL,
yes.
and so there are things they wouldn't allow.
Yeah, so they were saying if we were to use this outdoor skates on that surface, then we would mess up the surface. So I think they just avoided us using the indoor arena. So I think that's a big challenge that we need to address actually. That's in fact for our viewers, if there are people with indoor surfaces like the smooth cement, like the smooth wood, I think it would be good that they consider sports like rollball just to be able to train in such surfaces, because that is usually a big misgiving when we go for championships out there. So we adapt to outdoor here by ensuring that the safety gears we use are adapted to outdoor. So you can tell there is a difference between the safety gear we use here in Kenya and what we use during the championships. When you are using an indoor surface, you just require the soft paddings like the ones for volleyball, for the knees, for the elbows, for the helmet. You can use soft material. Actually, other players prefer playing without the elbow pad, because indoor, when you fall, you don't feel it. But now when you are playing outdoor here, we have to invest a lot in the outdoor safety gears. We have to get the tough materials for the knees, for the elbows, for the helmet. So there's usually that adaptation. So you have to keep on just investing. Actually, for us players, you have to keep buying. You have to have like 2 sets of skates, one for indoor, one for outdoor. You have to have like gears for indoor, for outdoor. So depending on the competition that we are having and depending on the surface we'll use, you adapt to it. Then, but now, for how do we survive? How have we survived over the years? It is just a matter of skill, because for rollball, it is simple. You have to know how to balance on skates. You have to know how to move very fast and be able to brake while on skates. So those are things that when you teach even the young people and people joining, they have to just know the basics. So all the coaches focus on the basics of rollball. If you teach them the fundamentals, then they're able to adapt. But now, of course, you will also have those issues. Now when you're in competition and you're not used to that surface, you have to adapt while you're moving on in the competition. You'll be surprised, even with a person who skated over 10 years like me. I fell a lot this time because the surface was different. The skates I used actually were purchased when we were traveling. So just being there with new skates, it was really a challenge.
So wait, you bought the skates in Dubai?
We were given the skates like 2 days to travel.
And this is where, I mean, this is something specific.
Yes.
Just
yes.
describe what you, I mean, when you see the indoor wheels and the outdoor wheels, how would I identify them?
So when you go
Moja ni karatasi, one is a coin or the other one is an Oreo?
So the unique identifiers for skates is the hardness. So you check there are different sizes and different hardness. So like for rollball, because you've seen speed skating use wheels that are beyond 90 millimeters, 110 millimeters, so you go onwards. Those ones are suited for running because they can move long distances, they are quite big. For rollball, you need wheels 80 millimeters, between 64 and 80 millimeters. Those ones are suited for rollball because you want something that doesn't go too fast, but also is able to withstand the force. So when you're going for outdoor wheels, you check the hardness. So the hardness ranges between 84A and 90A. They're usually specified on the wheels. So
okay, wait. In English.
Yes.
For our viewers,
Yes.
80A, 90A.
Yes.
What does that A mean?
So the A means it is created specifically for that type of surface. So ukiangalia kama hiyo 90A, it is gravel. So it's usually specified. Gravel, you are told, asphalt, depending on the surface you're using. So the wheel specifies which surface you're using. So you have to buy the wheel depending on the surface. Then the indoor ones are very soft. They are light. The hardness, you will still find it's 84A, but the type of rubber that is used is very light. So if you use them outdoor, you finish them in a day. But for indoor, they will last because they are created for that surface.
All right. Oh, thank you very much just, for describing that. And, they were just laughing when, trying to understand this, because we'll come to have, that conversation because it's very important.
Yeah.
But Keith and Victor, just take us through the group phase all the way to the semis before you played India in the final.
Okay. The group stage were quite well. The first match was against Poland. The pressure was, for me as a first timer, I had that.
Butterflies.
Yeah, I had that butterflies. But we managed to score 18-0, maintain clean sheet. Yeah, those games were, as kids said, we had agreed that every game we took it as a final game. So everyone was there, be serious, trying to implement what the coaches had coached us. So we managed quite well. Yeah, we had quite couples of games, and all of them we managed to score above 15 goals up to quarters. Yeah, the competition was quite well. We had quite experience. Yeah, so for me I can say like I had the experience playing against experienced players like ALUKHALA in the team. Yeah, these are players that would coach you and tell you, no, we are supposed to do this. Yeah, so that's what's all about the group stage.
Actually, let me ask you something. Since you're the team goalkeeper, which was your first sport before getting into roll ball?
Okay, I can say I'm not talented. So the first game that I tried was volleyball. That was in primary. And as I grew up to high school, so you can find out that these games are competitive. So in high school, there's the games that when you try them, you won't be given chance to be in that team, even if you are good at, yeah. So there are those qualities that they check. So in high school that I played volleyball again, but still I played handball.
No wonder. Thank you. Because the pace at which these people throw that ball when trying to score, only a handball goalkeeper would be brave enough to face it. You are the goalkeeper in handball.
Yeah.
You ulisema. Hiyo nimejua. That was just where I wanted you to get. So overall, that group phase before Keith gives more details onto it and the semi. Your experience at international level for the first time, after how many matches now are you fully settled? No butterflies.
Okay, for me, the pressure does not carry for long. I just adapt to the game. I just figure out and get adapted to the game. So that pressure, don't have that much pressure. So long as we are locked in, the team is doing well, we have no to worry. Yeah, so I just focus on the game.
So for the group stages, we played Poland, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, where we managed to score at least 18 goals each, if I'm not wrong. Then we proceeded to the quarterfinals, where we played Saudi Arabia. We also managed to score 10 plus goals, therefore heading to the semis, where we met a much harder game with Iran. So Iran are good players, and when we entered the court, Iran, when you were just seeing the players, you were, hey.
Okay, there's so much laughter on this side. So what is it about these Iranians? Hey, giants or what?
Yeah, Iranians are giants. You enter the court, you see 7-foot people, and you are like, hey, how are we going to manage? But hey, these people are dangerous. And Iran, they are very experienced. The players that were there are very experienced. So entering this match, hey, we had to lock in like for real. This was not like the previous matches. The semis were very hard. During the first half, I think we were 3-3. That was a draw with Iran, where they were really making us sweat. We went on to the second half, where we managed to score 2 more goals. So the game became 5-3. But then the Iranians, with their strength and agility and whatever powers they were using, managed to...
Powers again, is that what?
I don't know. They managed to equalize, and the game was again 5-5. The game was the game ended 5-5 at the second half, so there had to be an extra time. So we went for the extra time, we played. During the second half of the extra time, we managed to add another goal, which gave us even enough motivation to keep going. As the game was nearing the end, one of our players made a foul to an Iranian player, and our fouls are already 5. So after 5 fouls, that means they get a penalty for each foul. So the Iranians got a penalty. At this point, we are 6-5. So they need this goal so that you can go 6-6. Then we go to penalty shootouts. To the God we pray, he granted us our wish, and the Iranian penalty shooter missed the ball. So we got to proceed to the finals.
So ilipita kando.
Yeah, I saved.
You saved it. Si useme alisave. Wewe ni nini bana? Wait, what have we been told here? Balance, accuracy, teamwork.
Yes.
Sasa unakuja kuruka teamwork hapa. Uko na speed ya kuepa hiyo.
Yeah, our keeper managed to save it, and we went on to proceed to the finals. We were very happy that day. Yeah.
Well, very well. And so, why you laugh? Because there's something you saw, the two of you, na mtasema sahi.
That game, it really gave us pressure as the fans. Because first of all, the Iranian goalkeeper, as he's saying, whatever powers they were using, that goalkeeper, they are hiding, shot iko huko chini, ako nayo. Iko huko juu, ako nayo. Imepita halfway, because the ball has to cross fully. Imepita half, anatoa. Yani, and us who are cheering, ilifika point, we lost our voice. Now, instead of cheering, now we started praying now also to our God now, because it seemed, now this was now a spiritual kind of vote now. He actually started to just praying. And like her, she was even crying. I think she should tell her part of the story.
Hey, no, if we have to continue that side of the story, because this is getting interesting. But Brenda, the final 3-2, you lost 2-3 against India. What's the growth that you've seen with the Indian side? Because they're now tied. You're now tied actually on all numbers with India.
Yeah.
3 World Cups apiece. I think 2 silvers apiece and a bronze apiece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, me, it's my first time playing at the international championships. Yeah.
Ndege hukuogopa?
Sikuogopa ndege. Yeah, so on the growth of India, I've been watching the game. Yeah, ever since I've watched almost all the World Cups, and Indians have really grown. Yeah, although Kenyans are very good, but India gave it their all. But again, I can say, all the game was started in India, and most referees in the World Cup champions come from India. So somehow we can say they are very good, but again they get the favor of the referees.
Simunafunga bao.
Tunafunga bao, lakini there's this thing of Kenyans, these referees they assume. Skia.
Kenyans, kila saa referee, kila saa referee.
Kile ni ukweli.
Ni ukweli.
Iko kwa karatasi.
Yeah. So Indians are good. That is the fact, but Kenyans are better.
Okay. Your take on that final? And don't mention the ref, please.
Well, there is no way we can mention a Kenyan final without mentioning the referees. And it is not just on this World Cup. Even in the World Cups that we have won. Any match that we played that there was no Kenyan referee and another referee, we have lost. So previously what was happening, there was always an African or referee reffing our match and an Indian referee. All through. The other time we lost, which was in 2017, we had also 2 Indian referees reffing our matches. But now, away from the referees, the match was tough. The Indians were prepared. They were prepared. I can say they were better prepared than us. Yeah.
Okay.
So walituchapa tu kidogo tu hiyo readiness, lakini next time.
Afadhali useme hivyo readiness.
Yes, readiness.
Joseph, 10-11, the loss against India, it was a 1-point game, but briefly, your full take on that final, lessons learned.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm happy that the squad was very different from the one we had in 2023 when we won. We had very many new players and they were up to the task. Actually, I think even the final was easier for us because we were leading, I think 8-4 at halftime. So we've never had an easier game like that before, meaning we've grown as a team. I think we just lost our cool a bit in the second half, and it's a game that is very tight. I always tell the players, until the final whistle, we cannot tell the winner. And that's what happened to us. I think they recovered the last 5 minutes, then we lost by 1 goal. But for me, even after the championship around the arena there, you could feel that people felt that Kenya are the champions. Because Kenya, we put in a lot of work. Even though we faced so many challenges, you can see the spirit in Kenya. They are so ready for the war. They are ready. We go there and everyone is a fan of Kenya because of the way they see we work so hard to be at that stage, and the way they see we are passionate about the game in the field. Okay. And I think that passion, even here at home, it is there. You will see it. The way we play the league here, it's very competitive, more than out there.
All right, thank you very much. That is Joseph ALUKHALA. He has been to 7 Roll Ball World Cups. Has anyone who has been to 7? Anywhere else in the world?
No.
Yeah, 7 World Cups. He's a veteran of the game officially, and we've got the captain of the women's team, LYDIA WANGUI. We have got KIVUVA here, goalkeeper, men's team, Victor MUTUA, and also we have got BRENDA, OBOTE, all won silver medals. Where's Simunyashane Mabling? What? Yes, World Cup silver medals. So this is a sport that Kenya has dominated. Asanteni. And we want to see 2027 gold. Thank you.
Nothing less.
Nothing less. Bring the gold and don't blame the ref. So anyway, it's been a pleasure hosting our silver medalist from the 7th Roll Ball World Cup, and also being with Tira Soyaki, speaking about the AFCON. Our sign language interpreter has been Susan Tuku. Coming up next is, my name is Daniel Mohammed. Have a good day.